Okay, let me give that statistic again. This is part two. For those of you who don't know, if you're just getting in, go back and see part one. Okay. Within 2 years of their release from prison, 17% of the graduates of the religious or faith-based program, faith initiative, were arrested, compared to 35% of those in a matched group of inmates who were eligible for the faith based program but did not participate. Within 2 years of their release from prison, 8% of the persons incarcerated that were incarcerated, compared to 20.3% of a matched group of inmates who were eligible for the program but did not participate. So, does that mean that having faith, having belief, keeps you out of jail? Well, the statistics simply points to the fact that um, if you have something to believe, if you have a positive influence, if you have some goals, if you have some moral value and some moral standing, then yes, it will help to keep you out of jail. Now, unfortunately, good people who do bad things. I mean, uh, I'm simply of the belief that it's not a Christian thing, it's not an atheist thing, it's not a Buddhist thing, a Muslim thing. I think it's a people thing. People do stupid stuff sometimes. I mean, it's ridiculous sometimes the things that people do, and unfortunately, sometimes those idiotic things that we do as people, and you've done some stupid things. I'm sure you done something, and you look back and you said, "My God, I can't believe I was stupid enough to do that." But unfortunately, sometimes for some of us, those stupid things land us in jail. Or land us in a bad situation, or we end up in a circumstance that we wish we weren't in, but now we're in that circumstance, we're in that situation because we did something stupid or something idiotic. And it doesn't mean that we're stupid, it just means we did something stupid. Now, I've found in listening to YouTube bloggers and listening to everything that goes on here at YouTube, I've found that people that do not believe in God, um, uh, well, in fact, let me quote what this guy says here, okay? Maybe that'll give you some kind of concept of what I'm saying. He says, as a non believer, I can tell you the only reason I don't kill people is the difficulty of disposing the bodies. That's a quote, okay? Who is this guy? I have no idea. But my point is this. Uh, as a believer, you have a certain set of standards and moral value. There are certain things that you can and can't do. And as a non-believer, do you have those same moral values? I don't know. I guess that has to be demonstrated among the individuals. You know, it's something that each person has to decide for themselves. Now, I don't do things that are morally wrong. But I not only have my morals to guide me, I have my spiritual and religious implications. In other words, there are things that I fear that keep me from doing wrong, other than just the fact that somebody might consider it wrong. You know, without God, without faith, without any type of spiritual or religious um, consequence. You know what I found? I found that some people don't care about death. Some people don't care about death, and some people don't care about jail. And it doesn't matter if they're religious or spiritual, if they were born religious, if they believe, if they don't believe, it does not matter. I found that some people don't care about jail, some people don't care about death, they don't care about you, they don't care about me, they don't care who they hurt. These are the Ted Bundys and the Unabombers of the world. They don't care about anything, and they don't even care about themselves. And that doesn't have anything to do with how religious or spiritual they are, or non religious or non spiritual they are. They just don't care. So let me ask you a question. Do you think that for a person that doesn't care, that it's a matter of moral judgment, right or wrong? Do you think it's a matter of spiritual implication? No, they don't care. So what do they care? I mean, that's the bottom line. I think it comes down to the individual. My mother, my father, um, taught me things. Yes, my pastor, the ministers in my church taught me things that kept me out of jail. Taught me things that, uh, you know, that helped me to distinguish a dividing line between what was right, what was wrong, what was acceptable, and what was unacceptable. And because I learned these things, it kept me out of some situations that some people have been in. Have I been perfect all my life? Have I always done right? No. I've made some mistakes. And get this, for all of the atheists and agnostics and all of the other persons that want to, and I find that a lot of people hammer on the Christians, okay? But for all of those of you that want to hammer on Christians about doing some wrong things, yes, we Christians make mistakes. But guess what? So do you. It doesn't. I mean, yes, I'm sure that you have done some things that you're not particularly proud of. You know, I'm sure that you've been somewhere. We see people like Jim Baker and Jimmy Swaggart who's done some things that are morally unacceptable. You know, and some things that are legally unacceptable. I mean, let's be real about it. I'm not condoning what they did, but I'm saying people make mistakes. How about the leaders of Enron? They weren't religious people. They weren't spiritual people in any way. You know, um, what about those political leaders who don't claim any particular religion or don't claim to be spiritual? They've done some wrong things. We've all done some wrong things. I'm not condoning wrong. I'm just saying that you need to think about the fact that Christians are not the only people that do wrong things, and they're not the only people that make mistakes. And according to the statistics, by and large, they make fewer mistakes and are more willing to atone for those mistakes. So think on that and get back to me.